What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Tradingview. Tradingview is the charting software that I prefer to use. It's very detailed, very customizable, so this is the platform that I choose to use when doing my technical analysis. We're just gonna do a quick overview of how to use Tradingview, how it's all set up, and then we're gonna go over a couple of quick tips on how to speed up your analysis and not get lost in all the menus to make your life a little bit easier when you're doing your technical analysis. And guys, before we get into it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with our latest tutorials and urgent market updates that we will be putting out here and there as crypto goes crazy as it usually does. So definitely don't forget to do that. And without further ado, let's jump into the computer and take a look at Tradingview. So as you guys can see, we're on tradingview.com. At the top, you have charts, markets, news, screeners, community, and more. I do recommend creating an account so you can save your settings. They do have a free account available, but your features will be limited. But if you come up here and click the blue Get Started button, it will bring you to this page, right? This is the pricing. I just want to go over this real quick. They have a Pro Plus, and Premium plans, $14.95, $29.95, and $59.95. And then if you come up here and click Annually, you could pay for 1 year up front and save a little bit of money. But I do recommend maybe starting out with a monthly plan just to start off and make sure you use all the Pro features so you don't lock yourself into a full year and then wind up not using all the features. But if you're getting into trading, I definitely recommend having a Pro account, but it's not necessary. You can use a free account. That's totally fine. So I'm just going to log into my account real quick, and then we're going to jump into this tutorial, and I'm going to show you guys how you can use Tradingview and how to make your life a little bit easier with these quick tips and tricks. So once you make an account, you'll see something like this. You'll see your little icon up here letting you know that you are signed in. And then you want to come up here and click the chart button, right? And here we are on the Bitcoin chart on Tradingview. I'm gonna go over a really quick overview, and then I'm gonna go a little in depth on different important features, and then we're gonna get right into the quick tips and tricks. So you're looking at the chart here. This is Bitcoin on the daily. On the right, you will see price here. This is price, 50,000, 47,500, 45,000, 42,500. So this is where you see price, and then down here you see date, right? So there's two axes. Axes. I don't know how to say that, but you do have price and your date down here. Now, if you're hovering your mouse over the chart, you can see on the right, as you move your cursor up and down, you see your price. It shows the exact price that your horizontal line is sitting on. And similarly, on the bottom down here, as you move left to right, you can see your date going up and down, October 11th, 21, and then, December 10th, 2021. So you could see the date moving left and right there. So that's just basic overview of, the actual chart. Now, if you come up here, you'll see Bitcoin to USD. This is the chart that we are looking at. You can also click here if you want to look at a different chart. And then you have your time frames up here, the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, and so on, daily, weekly, monthly. If you want to add a custom time or date, there are some presets here. But if you come all the way down here, you can type in a custom number. Let's do 4, and then you click this drop down, let's say 4 days, hit add. And then you do see it pops up right there, 4 days. And you can click right on the 4 days button to open the chart. Or if you come here and click the star button, you'll see that it adds your 4-day to your bar up here. So there's little stars next to all of these, and whichever stars you have checked off will pop up on your bar up here. I would just keep your most current time frames that you look at on your top bar, right? And then you click 4-day, and you can see you're on the 4-day chart now. If you don't know how to read a chart on a real basic level, I'll just kind of let you know what we're looking at here. Each one of these green or red bars is called a candle. The thick part of the candle is called the body. And then the little thin line that you have coming out of the top and the bottom are called wicks, just like a regular candlestick. And each one of these candles represents, depending on what time frame you're looking at, represents where price moved in that specific time frame, right? So right now we're on the 4-day, so each candle represents where price, the lowest price went and the highest price went in a 4-day period, right? So this is the range that price moved for 4 days, and then every 4 days another candle prints and price moved up and down. This is the price action that you saw in 4 days. Same thing on the daily, right? Every candle represents a day of price action. So, you know, on this particular red candle, price went from about 35,000 to 41.72, and it's a red candle. So we started, the candle opened up here and price moved down, right? So we opened up here and then closed right here on the body of the candle. So just real quick, for those of you who might think this looks really confusing and don't know what the candles and the sticks are, kind of looks intricate, that's all that means. So I hope that helps you guys out. If you continue to the right, I'm gonna skip over some tools, guys. I'm just gonna go over the ones, the basic ones to get you guys started. So if you come over, keep coming over to the right, you'll see this little icon here. This is your indicators page, right? You can search for indicators on the search bar here. So if you wanted to add the RSI to your chart, you type in RSI, you'll see relative strength index. You just click it once and it will pop up on your chart. And if you wanted to save it to your favorites, which is the favorites tab is right here, you can click the star on any of these indicators here, and it will add it to your favorite page. So there you go. Now, when you add an indicator, you can turn it on and off real quick by just coming over here, finding this box and clicking on this little eye, and this will turn it. If you click it, it will make it invisible and then visible again. If you want to get rid of it completely, you could come to the other end and click this X button and it takes it off completely. And then if you want to quick access your favorites, you can click this little arrow next to your indicators button. So moving on, you can set alerts. We will go over that in just a minute. And then you have your replay tool. We'll go over that as well. This is very cool. Only available on the Pro version, but very cool. I think you actually can use it on certain time frames on the free version. So we will go over that. You have your undo button, right? So if you drew something and you didn't want it anymore, you can just hit undo and it disappears. Right here, we have our toolbar. That's one of the quick tips. We'll get back to that. And then you click your settings wheel up here to the right, and you could just change all your different settings. You could change the color of the body and the wicks of your candles if you want to change them to different colors. You could even, you know, turn off the bodies of your candle. I don't know why you would do that, but yeah, you could turn your candles off completely if you want. Turn the wicks, the borders, and the bodies off, and they'll disappear completely. But very cool that they let you change so many options here. You know, status line, scales. You could change just about everything in this menu. And then right next to that, you'll see a camera icon. You can click this to take a screenshot of your chart, and you can also share it straight to Twitter, copy a link, open the image in another tab, and so on. But that's just if you want to capture a picture of your chart and share it with somebody else. Now, as you can see on the right, you have more options here. The top right here is a watch list. If you click that, you can see all the coins that you have saved. And then, you know, by default, you might have random stuff here. If you want to delete anything off your watch list, you can click this little X and it will take it off your chart. And if you want to add some stuff to your watch list, you can come up to this plus button right here, click it, and say you want Bitcoin, type in BTC, and we want the Coinbase chart. You can just hit the plus button right here to add it to your watch list. If you just want to look at the chart and not add it to your list, you can just click right here, but I want to put that back on my list. And then you can see I do have them color coded. You can do this if you have a pro account. So I just organized this by, you know, the pink ones are the ones that I keep an eye on. The green ones are some alts that I watch. And then the blue ones are actually coins that are available to trade with leverage on Femex. So that is really, really cool. If you guys want to sign up for Femex and start leverage trading, there is a link in the description below. You guys can sign up there. You do get a deal, and it helps the channel out a little bit. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys go through my referral link, and you'll save a little bit of money, right? Who doesn't love that? But coming down here, you will see you have a alarm. You will have a little alarm clock icon where all your alerts are. We will go over that briefly. And then one more down, this is your news tab. Very, very cool. It does pull news based off of what you're looking at, right? We're looking at Bitcoin, so we're getting crypto news, Bitcoin news, and all of that good stuff. So you're doing your analysis and you want to check up on the news, you could come down here and do that. And then if you come all the way down and click this little arrow down here, right here, this is huge, right? This is the help center. So if you click here, you can basically just type any question you have, and they have a lot of really great answers. Or you could pick by category. So say you have a question about the chart, you can search to see, frequently asked questions. How do you show or hide drawings on a chart? You can click there. How to restore hidden drawings or indicators on the chart. How do I do that? You click here and it gives you a really good explanation. And a lot of them show you a video. Here you have a video of exactly how to do it so you can follow it step by step. So this is very, very helpful if you're new to TradingView and you can't find those answers you're looking for, on the internet. So if you scroll down on this page, another really, really cool thing is you have right here keyboard shortcuts. You want to click that. And I would recommend just going through here and just kind of look at the different shortcuts that are available to you. If you hit the /, you can just open your indicators instead of clicking it. Quick search, Control+K. If you want to save your chart layout, Control+S. So there's tons of them here, different categories. But yeah, this is really powerful and will make your analysis much easier and much quicker once you get used to those and find out your favorites. So right here you have your toolbar on the left-hand side. Right here is your cursor. You can change your icon, but basically it doesn't matter what icon you pick. You basically get the same functionality. And if you guys are sliding your chart, right, and you want to be able to move it up or down, you'll realize you can't normally. An easy way to fix that, here's a little tip. If you want to be able to move your chart up and down, you can just come down here, you'll see auto. You can uncheck that, right? And then you'll be able to free move your chart around like that. Sometimes it is helpful to have it on auto for certain reasons, but typically I keep it off. I like to be able to move the chart wherever I want. If you come down one level here, you will see here is your all different types of trend lines that you can draw. You have regular trend line, an arrow, array. I'm not gonna go deep into what all these tools do. We'll save that for another video, but you'll see you have all, if you wanna draw a trend line, you can click there. And then, you want to draw your trend line from wherever you want. That's basically how that works. And if you double click on these tools, it opens up a draw and look at all these different lines. And then if you come down one more and double click, you have your Fibonacci retracement and a bunch of different Fibonacci tools in this draw here. Coming down to the fourth icon here, this is your brush tool, allows you to just draw whatever you want. And then you have a highlighter if you want to highlight something, so on and so forth. You can draw different rectangles if you want to draw, rectangle as a range, as we do on this channel. And then, yeah, you could draw different shapes and all that good stuff to mark up your chart. And then underneath that is your text. You can add all different types of text. So, you click on text and then you could type in hello. And then you can also change your font, make it big, bold, italic, and you can change your color. You want it to be pink, and then you hit OK, and there you go. You can drag it around. So very, very, very cool. So let's get rid of that. And continuing down the list here, here's some more patterns that you can draw, just more tools. Like I said, we're not gonna go into them all here. And then, you have your long position, short position, forecast, price range, date range, and a bunch of different tools here. And then last but not least, you have your icons. If you want to draw a little arrow and point out something specific, you can twist it, you can make it bigger, smaller. So very powerful. Again, if you double click on this, you could change the color to whatever you want. Visibility, tons of options there. So super, super cool. So now for some quick tips and tricks. If you guys are looking to measure how big a move was in either direction, if you come down here, you can see that we have a ruler tool. So if you click that, it'll highlight and you could come down, say you wanted to see how big of a run up this move here was. You could come, to the bottom and say this candle, drag it up to, the top of the wick and measure it. And it gives you the percentage gain, right? So it was 65, almost 66% up. And then even cooler than that, it gives you a range. It gives you how many candles are in between this range. There's 109 bars inside of this box here, right? And then it was also 109 days. Very cool if you wanted to see, how big was this move, right? And how long did it take to get there, right? So we'll just go roughly right there. So it took about 22 days to come up about that 64%. Right? So very cool. I use this tool all the time. So coming down here, you will see a magnet tool. If you click this, this is very helpful when drawing trend lines. If you click this magnet tool, it allows you to make sure that you're getting, say you want to get to the body of the candle, right? And not the wick. Say we're looking at this green candle right here. Say you want to draw a trend line and you want to make sure you go from exactly the top of the body and not the top of the wick. If you hover your mouse, you'll see that your lines snap right to the body of the candle. And then if you wanted to snap to the wick, you could come above and go over that candle, and you'll see that it snaps right to the wick. And then you click, and this is very, very helpful. And say you wanted to go to the top of this wick, for argument's sake, you are there, you go perfectly wick to wick. You don't have to worry about trying to set it perfectly on there. You're inevitably not gonna get it accurately. That's a nice little helpful tip if you're trying to draw accurate lines. Now, another really good trick is with TradingView, you can set alerts, right? Let's just say for argument's sake, you're waiting for Bitcoin to break a certain support to enter a short, right? Or you just want to stay updated if price breaks a certain area. You can come up to the level and you can right click, right? And you can add alert, right? This is really powerful because if you download the TradingView app and you sign into your account, you can walk away from your computer, and if price crosses this line or hits whatever parameters you set on here, it will alert you and send you a notification to your phone so you don't miss any trades. So super powerful. So you'll see it's Bitcoin crossing, right? You could do crossing up or crossing down. So you could say crossing down, at this price only once. And then you can set an expiration date. And then if you click down here, they have all different sounds that you can choose, for your notification. So pretty cool. But yeah, so, and then you can write a message, you can name the alert. But this is very, very, very cool. If you're waiting for certain support to break or a certain, for price to get above a certain level, you can just set an alert and get it sent to your phone so you don't miss that trade. Now, when you're zooming in and out on different time frames, right, you can see that when we just if you're on the daily, if you're looking like this, right, and then you come down to the 5 minutes, say, you'll see everything is kind of flattened out. Now, you can fix this by dragging over the price, clicking and dragging like this to make the candles longer. But it is kind of tedious, right? So say you are in that position and you just want to fix it quickly. One thing you can do is just double click on price and it will auto fit the chart to your screen. So that's nice. If you're looking at price, you're looking at say the 15-minute, right? If you're looking at this chart here and then you click the daily, you'll notice it's all out of whack and you're like, what's going on? Instead of trying to drag the price down and reposition it like this, you could just double click and it brings it right into frame perfectly. So that is very useful. And then you guys will see this little toolbar here. This is very useful so you don't have to keep coming to your toolbar and clicking here and trying to find your tool. When you're in your toolbar, looking at all your different trend lines or whatever it is, you'll see these little stars, right? You could click these stars, and if we click the arrow, right, you'll see it pops up on my toolbar. And then say we want to add the vertical line, you could click that and it adds it there. So very nice. So you don't have to keep coming over here. If you want to draw a horizontal line, you just come click this. You can add your support, your resistance, whatever it is. It just keeps them right there and readily available for you. So it speeds up your technical analysis. Very, very cool. If you come to your watch list, right, say you're looking at Ethereum, a quick way you can cycle through your charts if you're just looking, just taking an overall look at all the different assets. If you hit your space bar, you will run down your list of coins. So now we're looking at XRP, you hit the space bar, Bitcoin, AVAX, and this is a way you could quickly scan through all your different charts. So that's a nice little shortcut for you guys. Now, another tip when it comes to indicators, right? If we come to our indicator page here, let's say you type in RSI, right? You can not only find, indicators here, but you can also find strategies, right? Typically you would want your strategies that you're looking at to have a high number over here, so it has a high rating. It means a lot of people are looking at it, you know, if you wanted to test out one of these strategies. So I'm not recommending this indicator, I'm just using it as an example, right? So let's come down to the 1 hour. Let's say you wanted to test this strategy, right? It's basically a buy and sell indicator. I don't typically recommend anybody use these, but I'm just, for the sake of this example, going to use it. Let's say you wanted to test it on the 1 hour chart. What you can do is come over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tools down, and you'll see, click on it, open the draw. You'll see long position and short position. So let's see, we'll click long position and we'll pretend that none of this price action happened yet. And it's saying buy right here. So we're gonna test it with our long position tool. And let's say we get in right here. And this is very, very helpful because you can add your, you know, profit targets, right? So say you were looking for 10% profit, you can put your 10% profit and then set your stop loss to whatever you want, right? And then in the middle here, it gives you your risk to reward ratio. For this random example, it's 3.12. And then you'll see as candles start to fill this, it starts to shade it in. So it gives you a nice visual representation of your trade. So very, very cool. It's also risk-free, obviously. So you can go back in time and you can find other signals back in time and test it to see how well it works and how often it works. And then you can also add this with our next tip, which is the replay function right here. If you click this, right, it brings up this blue line and it allows you to click anywhere on the chart and look at this, boom. It erases all the price action on the right side of that line. And then what you can do is you can come here and you can click play and it will just play back what the market did. Now, this is really cool when you're trying to test out a strategy because you can play out the strategy, and when you see a signal, right, you can also click this button here to advance the candles yourself. And for example, let's move forward a couple of candles and wait for a signal. Boom, we get a buy signal, right? So let's grab our long position, add it right here. Let's say we're going for 5% profit again, 5.07% profit to be exact. And let's see if we can win the trade. Boom, there you go. We hit our take profit and you would have won that trade. So you could go back in time and use the replay tool to test the efficiency or the effectiveness of that specific strategy. So, very, very cool tool. So guys, I think that's just about all I have to show you for today's video. I just wanted to cover Tradingview. I know a lot of people were looking for a tutorial video on it. I've gotten a few comments about it. So I just wanted to get this up, let you guys know kind of how I work with Tradingview, the shortcuts I use or the tools that I use. So get out there, get on Tradingview, do some TA, set up your layout exactly how you like it, and try out some of these tips and tricks, maybe try out a strategy or two, get into a trade and make some of that money, baby. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any uploads that come from my channel. With that being said, that's all I got. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor.